Classics 107.9. It's my pleasure to check in with Dr. Monique Gary a little later today because why? She's a doctor and she has patients to see.
It's back up again, and it's a good thing. How you doing?
I am well rested and glad to be back. So you say there's these 7 myths that are going around about the new COVID. What is going on?
Yes, so there are. And here's the thing. Everybody is trying to get back to normal and feeling like, okay, well, things aren't that bad. You know, things are opening back up again. But we need to talk about this because there's some misnomers and some myths that are fueling people's beliefs that things are back to normal, and it's not yet. So myth number 1, well, the economy is open, the pandemic is getting better, right?
No.
Right. So we know that what's happened is we've started to open things up, and yes, we will have to open things up eventually, but we're not even close to being over with this because only 5 to 8% of the population has been infected with the virus, so we got a long way to go, and we're going to keep seeing it. There's no cure for it just yet. There's no vaccine for it, and so more than 127,000 Americans have died from COVID in 6 months. So just because the economy is open doesn't mean that the pandemic's getting better. Myth number 2, I'm young and I'm healthy, so I'm good, right? Generation Z and millennial groups, so the millennials are the fastest growing infected rate of people. So they're the ones that maybe don't want to wear the face coverings as much. They want to go out to the beaches. They want to be a little bit more social, and that's a real problem because the surge in Florida, 18 to 35-year-old group, right?
Wow.
Same thing in Arizona, same thing in Texas. We're seeing a lot of young people who are getting infected with this, and they are getting symptoms. It's not just asymptomatic. There's shortness of breath, fatigue. The young gentleman who was on Broadway, 41 years old, no comorbidities, had to have both his legs amputated before he died. It's real. Number 3, we're doing temperature checks at my job, at my party, at our house, at our events, so we're good. We're safe, right?
Wrong again.
Wrong. Temperature screenings are not going to catch the asymptomatic people, and about 40% of the coronavirus is going to transmit without any symptoms. 40%. 4 out of 10 people will spread this and not know it. Number 5, I don't need to wear a mask. It can cause CO2 retention, and it's going to make you sicker, and you can't breathe with the mask on. Well, I'm a surgeon. I'm here to tell you that guess what? You can breathe with a mask on. If 95% of Americans wore masks in public, it could prevent 33,000 deaths by October 1st.
Wow.
Wear a mask, okay? Next one. Well, the death rate is going down. The rate of death is decreasing, so must be getting better, right? Nope. Our daily cases have skyrocketed over 40,000 in the United States, and just because people aren't dying as much doesn't mean that they are not dying. You don't know the rates that are being reported, and it takes a while after the infections, and to see what the death rate really looks like from this, it's going to take a while. But what we do know is that Black and brown communities are disproportionately affected by it. So we're seeing more deaths in Black and brown communities than in others. Next one. I've already tested negative, so I'm good. I'm fine.
Wrong again.
Wrong again. There can be false negatives. This testing is not perfect. And the last one is one we keep hearing over and over again. Let's just all get it. Everybody get herd immunity, and we're good to go, right?
I know that's not true.
You know it's not true. We don't have enough hospital beds and enough ICU beds to cover all these people. Herd immunity is going to take years. It's going to take years for everybody to get this virus so that we can all fight it off. Hopefully everybody won't get it because we'll come up with some cure and vaccines for it. But herd immunity and just going out to get the virus and having, there are places that are having COVID parties, like chickenpox parties. It's not wise. I don't recommend it. It's not going to make things better for your communities. It's only going to spread it faster. So everybody stay safe. Don't fall for the okie doke. Don't believe what you hear. Read the truth.
All right. And she brought just that, the truth, to dispel the myths. Monique, so good talking to you again, girl. I thank you again for giving us this valuable information because folks can just be ignorant.
Yeah, and ignorance isn't an excuse because we have to look out for our loved ones and our seniors, and we can't just be walking around transmitting it because we don't feel like putting a mask on. We got to be our families and our sisters and brothers' keepers. So I love you. Thank y'all for letting me come on today. Take good care.
Take good care. Wow. Having COVID parties. What kind of nonsense is that? It's Classics 107.9. We'll be right back. Stay well.